Hi, this is Sebastian of Skid Row, and you're watching MTV. Check it out.
Indeed you are, Skid Row, the first of our many guests coming up on the show this evening. Let's do it.
Hi, this is Sebastian Bach, and you're watching The Week in Rock. Rock it up.
That is Skid Row in action, Youth Gone Wild, and we have two members of Skid Row with us, Sebastian and Snake. Welcome to Australia, gentlemen.
Thank you.
You've literally just arrived.
You know
this morning. This morning, yeah?
Yeah, actually, we arrived about 12 hours ago, and most of us haven't gone to sleep yet, and actually we brought 3 band members to MTV, but our bass player fell asleep in the green room, so that's why he didn't make it to the couch.
Now you've actually arrived a little early so you could catch Motley Crue tonight, is that true?
Yeah, good friends with the Motley guys.
How were they tonight? I saw them last night. And they were
great, man.
They were brilliant.
It's quite a show,
Every night
isn't it?
is consistent. It's amazing.
How do you know? Have you been on tour with them?
No, I've never seen them. I'm just making things up as we go along.
Motley Crue is a sensational live show with the pyrotechnics and all that. What do you think is responsible? Because American hard rock has had quite a resurgence lately with the Motleys and Guns N' Roses.
American hard rock never went anywhere, man. It's been big since about 1967, I think. I don't think it ever went away, really. In America, anyways. I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but America has always had its big hard rock groups, and it's never really gone away. You know?
Bands like Aerosmith are certainly bigger in Australia now than they ever have been.
Yeah.
They're probably bigger in the
What
States.
about AC/DC?
Well, they're our boys, mate. They've always been big.
Yeah, great band.
They're probably watching the show.
You should be proud of yourself, man.
Well, no, it's nothing to do with me.
That is the greatest. Well, I'm saying your country, it's a good reflection. They're the spokesman for Australia.
The band that
They've never gone away. Like Aerosmith has been around, you know. It's just they went through trials and tribulations and stuff, but this is their biggest year ever, you know.
A band that you guys have been closely associated with are, of course, Bon Jovi. What's the exact setup there? I mean, I know you've toured with Bon Jovi, and you're managed by Doc, who looks after them, right?
Right. I mean, we were friends and stuff like that, and you know, they just gave us a chance to go out on tour with them, the same way they did with Cinderella, and we were psyched that that happened, and we spent 9 months with them, and we had a great time, and then we moved on, you know, and I mean, things went well for us with them, and things went well for us with Motley Crue and Aerosmith as well, so.
It's been an incredible rise to fame for you guys. I saw you in Saratoga. It's quite an honor.
How do you remember that?
with some degree of difficulty.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you remember that?
That was an enormous...
Do you remember that day?
Yes, I tell you, I remember. That was
slightly.
I remember. Where's the camera here?
There's 3 of them.
Yeah. Well, I just remember this is how I met him, and I had no idea.
Do you really want to tell the story?
Well, I do.
Okay.
Unless you're.
Try it.
I just met this guy. I was walking around. It was at a Skid Row Bon Jovi show, and this guy I saw walking around. Never met him or seen him or heard him or anything, and he just looked a little thirsty is how I would sum it up.
So you quenched my thirst.
I just said the courtesy is extended. Anybody that comes to the show backstage, if you're thirsty,
we have to satisfy that thirst.
That's how we met. He goes, "I'm from MTV Australia, mate," and I went, "All right, someday we'll be in Australia too."
Now, since I saw you last, since that memorable evening, you've been to Russia.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How was that?
It was Russian.
Was that surprising?
No, because it was Russia.
We were Russian, so it wasn't surprising that it was Russian.
Well, actually, we got a chance to go there before it turned uncommunist, which was kind of...
Well, it's still fairly communist, I would say, but...
We have a bit of things going on over
now
there.
it's different, yeah. When we went, though, it was really weird. Like, we stayed in a hotel that was the lap of luxury for Moscow, but there was no shower curtain. There was no toilet paper.
Toilet paper was like sandpaper.
It was like recycled newspaper. You could read news. Well, it's great though because you don't have to have the rack with the magazines. You know what I'm saying? So you just go down and you just read the toilet paper.
I hate that bad.
Yeah. You just read the toilet paper. So it's actually kind of convenient. But other than that, the food was weird. You know, they had like the clear Jell-O with the fish head in it. You know, I don't know if that's a dish. I've never eaten.
Well, it's quite the delicacy.
But we imported chili dogs and pizza and burgers and French fries, so we were okay.
They got a McDonald's there now too.
Yeah, they do.
Can I see that for a second?
No, don't, just behave.
Okay, sorry.
Now listen, you guys, I can't work out why, but you guys have, of course, got this tag of being the new bad boys of
That's
American
so
rock.
dumb. I'll tell you what the scene is on that, okay? Listen, this is the scene. The late 80s, early 90s is a very uptight, conservative time in the world, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what we're doing, bands like us, Guns N' Roses, Metallica,
Etc.
yeah, bands that party and like to have a good time. We're all like, you know, raised on bands from the 60s and the 70s where that was just like nothing. Like what we're doing is nothing compared to then. But compared to the bands now, you know, it's like totally outrageous and shocking. But you see, back in the 70s, the only way to hear about hard rock was like in some, you know, underground magazine, underground, you know, TV show or something. But now if somebody like me or him gets a scrape on our knee, it's on like a national TV, you know what I'm saying? So it's just times have changed. What we're doing ain't, you know, that different. It's just
We're just having fun, you know, just being ourselves and
yeah, that's what
just going out and having a great time. I mean, coming to Australia for us was like, oh man, right on, party time, you know?
we never thought we'd ever even be here.
Yeah.
You know, as tourists, let alone playing here and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it the ultimate job, traveling the world, having a good time?
It's not a job. Whoa.
You're nearly...
Whoa, it's okay. I didn't say it, man.
Give me the sign.
Here it is.
This is the sign that we thought we would hold at Sebastian's request, just to remind him that this is
and
live
it did.
television.
What did I see? I'd seen it. It's done. I never.
Yeah, okay.
So that's cool.
I think we might play a song. This is
Okay.
Skid Row in action.
Yeah.
I Remember You.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Cool.
Just remember that.
I will. Okay.
That's Skid Row and I Remember You. Is it kind of weird going to the other side of the world and sitting down and seeing your videos on TV and stuff?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely.
We're just honored, man.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we just got in this for the sole purpose of playing our music to anybody who'd listen to it and to come to like the total direct opposite of from where we live and like have a gold album before we even play a show. We're just totally honored, you know.
For those people who haven't seen you live in concert, I guess most people haven't. I'm one of the fortunate few. But how would you describe what you do on stage? What's the show like with you?
Well, this is not us on stage here.
Yeah,
this is
but
us
that
filming.
is you.
Well, yeah, but that
That's us
is
in our
nothing like
video.
the stage gigs.
Okay.
Now,
At our stage gigs, expect stage diving, mayhem, hopefully no... Never mind.
See, yeah, I mean, every time when we play, man, we're just wrapped up in what we do, you know?
I was talking about something else.
Yeah, at one stage we thought that you may not make it here because, of course, as we reported on MTV and we've shown on the news a few times, there was an incident that I believe you can't talk about, the old bottle thing.
Yeah,
obviously, I don't want to press you on it.
The only reason I can't talk about it, and I would love to, but I can't, the only reason I can't talk about it is that anything you say can and will be held against you. So that's...
But I can talk about it.
Well, he can.
See,
he ain't on trial.
See, there's this thing that sometimes there's like this one idiot out of 15,000 people who think they can make a name for themselves by trying to, like, hurt somebody who's up there giving their heart and soul to give them 100% of themselves, you know? And, I mean, I was on the side of the stage playing my guitar and watching everything that happened. And for me, I was, like, appalled. I was, you know, I don't know, taken aback by the whole thing because it was really ridiculous, you know? And if someone comes up on the street and throws something at you and hits you in the face, you're going to go after them, you know? And something similar to that happened, and from whatever went on from there, you know, you go after somebody that throws something at you that injures you, and I stand behind him 100%, you know?
The one thing that I can say is the last thing that this band is about or wants anything to do is like, you know, harming anybody.
Right.
That's nothing to do, you know, I mean...
Well, I'm sure you won't have the same problem here. Actually, there was an incident similar years ago at the Sydney Opera House with the Angels, but I think Australia's learned its lesson.
I heard about that.
Doc Neeson. Yeah. So anyway, that's gone, and I know you can't talk about it, but
No, it just bums me out, man, because
it's a drag.
You know, we wish that...
Up five. You're going to have a great tour. You can see Skid Row playing around Australia at these places. They kick off the tour in Brisbane on the 9th at Festival Hall, Horton Pavilion in Sydney on the 11th. Then they move to Melbourne, 2 shows playing the Festival Hall and also the Palace. There's still tickets for some of these shows available, I believe, playing Adelaide at the Thebarton Theatre, and it is a full-on rock and roll show. Skid Row.
yeah.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Sebastian. Thank you,
Okay,
Snake.
thank you,
No
man.
problem. My pleasure.
We
man.
appreciate you
Great
making
seeing you again.
appreciate
Great
you
to
making
be
this
here.
the first thing you've done in Australia.
Oh, hell
Enjoy
yeah.
your stay. We'll catch up
Okay.
with you later on.
We'll
Definitely.
be here.
See
Snake
ya.
and Sebastian live on MTV. Skid Row, you can catch them playing around the country. Coming up, we meet Andrew Ridgeley, absent friends Elle McPherson, and after the break, former man at work, Colin Hay. Get out of here, you lot. We'll be back.